Hi everyone, this is Miss Titus, and I'm here to give you directions for our theme escape room activity. If you've never done an escape room before, no problem. We're going to give you everything that you need so that you'll understand how to do this activity. You should have just done an intro to theme notes section so that you should be pretty familiar with what theme is and you've practiced a little bit more, and this activity is going to give you additional practice with theme. So first, here's kind of the scenario for our escape room. So it says, a mad professor has trapped your whole class in the classroom. So imagine this, that a mad professor has trapped your whole class. And in order to escape, you must identify the theme for each passage. Make sure to record your answers. You will use them to decode the letters into 4-digit codes. Once all levels are complete, retrieve the completion code to break out and save the day. You must hurry and escape before you remain trapped in class forever. Now, of course, you're not going to be trapped in class forever, but the point is to see if you can break each code based on the theme in a variety of passages and be the first team to do so. So first, these are the materials you're going to need. Each group will only need one laptop, and your teacher will give you one code sheet. And then each person in the group is going to get what we're calling their corner agent sheet. So one laptop, one code sheet to share in your group, and then each person is responsible for a corner agent sheet. Here's what those materials look like. So here you can see the laptop is set up, and this group has already opened up the Google form that in a moment you'll open up, and they've got their group answer sheet here. This is where they'll be breaking codes. And then this is what the corner agent sheet looks like. Everybody's corner agent sheet looks the same, but you'll want to make sure that you pay attention to the number at the top of yours, because that will really impact where you go during the activity. So make sure you know which number you are for corner agents. So step one in this activity, like I said, your corner agent number matters. You've got to go to your corner of the room, and you'll see there that there are 5 questions, 5 different levels, and you're going to answer them in order. So you'll start with level 1 and you'll answer them each one at a time. So in my group, if I am corner agent number 1, I'm going to go to corner number 1, and then my first task is to answer the level 1 question. Okay, so I'm corner agent number 1. That's the corner I'm going to go to. I'm going to take my answer sheet, and then I'm going to read what's on the card for level 1, and then I'll choose an answer. It'll be a multiple choice answer. Once I have my answer, then I'm going to go back to my table group. So you'll see me here back at my table. We can see the code breaking sheet and the Google form on the laptop is open. And then once all 4 or 5 group members have returned to the area, you guys will take turns writing your answers in the correct question box on the group answer sheet. So here's what that looks like. If this is my answer sheet and my answer to question 1 or level 1 was A, then I'm going to come over to my group answer sheet, and I will find question 1 under level 1. So we can see here Q1, level 1, and I'm going to write the answer that I got there. And then I would pass the group sheet on to the next person, whoever was responsible for question 2, that'll be corner agent 2, to write their answer, and we'll get all the letters filled in. Then once we have all the letters, we've got to look at the puzzle on our computer. Now, the puzzle doesn't have anything to do with theme. This is just a little bit of a brain teaser. So you'll have to kind of figure out what is each puzzle asking you to do. So if we've got this example puzzle here, this one is kind of like a coordinate plane in math. So if you've learned about this before with graphing, this would be the x-axis and this would be the y-axis. And how this puzzle would work is I would find for each question, I would find question 1, and then whatever the letter answer is, I would go up to that letter and find the correct answer. So if you'll remember, I was in charge of question 1 in corner 1, and so I found that my answer was A, so then the number that would correspond with that would be 3. Now, once you've kind of figured out how the puzzle works and you can figure out which number goes with each letter, You'll then crack the code together. So you'll fill in the letters across here and then using the puzzle, determine which number goes with each letter. And then once you've got that, that's the code that you're going to type into the Google form. And if you've got it right, it'll let you move on to the next level. So it'll then say level 2 and there'll be a new puzzle. And if you don't get this code exactly right, it will not let you move on. So everyone has to have the correct answers. So once you've got the correct answers and you've cracked the code, the screen has moved on your group's computer, has moved you on to the next level, then step 6 is to go back to your question corner and repeat all of these steps for each level. So if I've just completed level 1, I'm going to go back to corner 1, because remember, I'm corner agent number 1. So I'm going to go back to corner 1, and then I'm going to repeat this exact process with my level 2 questions. So then I'd read the passage, write down my answer, go back to my group. I would write down my letter answer from my sheet onto the group sheet. Then once everybody has done that, we'll look at the puzzle together, crack the code, hope we've got the right one. And if we do, then we'd move on to the next level. So there'll be a lot of movement back and forth. Couple of things to keep in mind. Number 1, if you get a question wrong, you will have to go back to your corner and try it again. Because remember, it's not going to let you move on if your code is not correct. And if your code is not correct, that means you either messed up the puzzle or you have the wrong answer to a question. So another hint is if you're feeling stuck, if this is too complicated or you can't figure out the right answer to a question or your group has no idea how to solve the puzzle, please ask for hints. We're here to help you. You can ask a teacher for a hint and we will kind of guide you to keep you moving. We don't want you to get stuck and not be able to finish this activity. And number 3, it's super important that you are on task and focused throughout this activity because this is a little bit of a competition. And if you are getting questions wrong or you are not answering them and doing what you're supposed to be doing, then your group is not going to be able to move through each level of this activity. So it's super important that you are doing your part because you really matter in your small groups today. And finally, just some basic expectations. The corner spaces will be tight and the font is kind of small on the cards. So please make sure that you are sharing the space so that each corner agent for all the teams can see each question. Please do not block another team's view in order to get ahead. We want to be respectful of all teams so that everybody can read and have a fair chance to answer at the same time. And then when you're going back and forth between your table and your corner, please move safely and carefully. There's lots of furniture, lots of cords, there's stuff everywhere. So please watch your step. Be careful not to drop pencils and answer sheets and make sure that you are walking. Do not run or jump over anything. We want to move carefully. And finally, we hope that you will have fun and that your group will be the lucky group that's the first one to escape. Enjoy!